Okay, Shannon, we're streaming and recording, so take it
ready?
away.
Okay, I'm calling to order the February 6th, 2023 Public Safety Meeting. It is now 7:02. And before we start, I just want to
do roll call. We'll do roll call.
Oh, we have to, can I say something first?
Or
we do a roll call?
We should do roll call before you start really running the meeting.
So Robin, are you gonna, or do I do it myself?
Oh yeah,
yeah, because
Robin, you here?
Thanks,
Robin?
Colby. I'm here.
Okay. Shannon, you're here?
I'm here.
Sean, you're here?
Here.
I saw you. Tess Taylor, I saw you. You're here.
Yes, here.
Kevin Dees. Okay, I don't see Kevin. And Lee Jameson.
Nope.
Nope. And Ron Babini.
Yeah, I think I'm here.
Oh yeah. Okay, good.
Mostly.
All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 7.
So I'm gonna go ahead and call her, or I guess at 7:03.
Great.
Okay. Before we start, I just want to first of all welcome everybody. But I want to just say about being productive at our meetings. I think it's important that we keep our comments maybe to a 2-minute minimum, just so we keep on point, and hopefully that we can self-regulate and be respectful. So I think you know, I know we all work a long day, and I think we can get a lot done, but we don't have to make it overly long. I hope you're all okay with that. So with that being said, minutes. We have to go for approval. So has everybody had a chance to review and approve the minutes or review them?
Read the motion.
Read the motion.
Oh, the motion is approve the GTLNC. I guess it'd be November and January minutes.
We do them separately. So do November 1st, and then get a first and second, and then discussion, and then we'll do the next one.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to approve the GTLNC November 7th, 2022 Public Safety Committee minutes. Do we have a first?
Sean.
Okay, Sean. And then second?
Robin.
Any discussion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we continue to have posting problems. I think the website is a little bit overcomplicated. When you click on committees, it takes clicking on different links sends you clicking on trying to find the public safety meeting minutes and documents doesn't work in a streamlined fashion. So this is a continuing problem, and it looks like it might even be a problem for other committees.
It is. We looked it up today.
What's that?
We did look it up. It's all the committees.
So anyway, it's not been properly posted, at least as of like 20 minutes ago. I won't go into the flow of the website because that's a technical issue. But I want to also mention that the composition of this committee remains a problem.
Well, is that about minutes though? Right? Do we?
But the composition of the committee is related to minutes, Shannon. Okay. You and I exchanged an email about that, so I just want to put this on the record once again. All right, this is important. So, this has been brought to the committee's attention on January 2nd. All right, and this was also brought to the committee's attention on October 3rd, all right, of last year, that the composition of this committee violates our bylaws. So tonight is the third time I'm mentioning this, and absenteeism has been brought up by other board and committee members as well. So that subject has been noticed, all right, this bylaws violation. So we're discussing the November minutes now, Shannon, but this relates to minutes in general. The fact that this notice that I gave the committee last month is not included in the January meeting minutes. I know we haven't gotten to them yet, but I'm bringing this up as the composition of the committee is very important. So Shannon, I sent you an email, suggesting this might be an oversight. and you responded, for which I thank you. It's not permissible. So this has to be resolved.
Okay, let me ask you. So, because what my understanding is that, well, first of all, we did reach out to several members, and they would like to stay on the committee. And so I thought, well, that's not a bad problem because they felt that was important to them. Maybe that being said, I was under the I thought that if you had a general board and public safety meeting, since we have more people, that would be okay. Is it not?
It would work on a one-time basis, Shannon, if it were properly noticed. In this case, it has not been noticed, and it cannot be used as an ongoing perpetual workaround for our bylaws, which state clearly that a quorum of quorum is the maximum number of elected board members who can serve on a committee. We also have a general absenteeism problem, which has been addressed in our standing rules. So, you know, if people wish to be on the committee but don't attend, then, you know, that's a problem I'm going to leave to you and Colby, or you to resolve, and Colby, if he will help you. But we cannot continue to have 6 elected board members or more than the quorum of quorum. Colby stepped down last month. That was gracious. He was here to help you. Yes. And, you know,
I didn't step down, but I just want to make it clear.
Yeah.
But we do have to move on. And number 2, we have Jonathan with his hand up. And
Okay, Colby, we cannot continue to move on from a bylaws violation. It has to be cured and corrected. This is the 3rd time I've brought it up. I'm not going to bring it up again. I'm going to take my remedies elsewhere. It must be corrected. We do not have, you know, you and nobody has the authority to alter the bylaws without a general board action. So, you know, if we can't manage a committee like this small, then what are we doing in charge of something as important as public safety? So, you know, I've made my point. I've made it repeatedly, and I'm not going to continue to make it. I don't like being put in this position, but we have to conform with our bylaws.
I agree. I need to speak with Erica tomorrow. So please call Erica tomorrow at Dunn. If you need her number, I have her number if you like it.
If I need to call Erica at Dunn?
Yeah, no, please talk to Erica, or we can both talk to Erica.
That would be help to, like, so we can clarify. I appreciate that.
Okay. That's fine, but we got to put this off. I'll talk to Erica at Dunn.
We don't need Erica. We don't need Erica to enforce our bylaws.
We need to move on to Jonathan.
Colby, may I say something before a non-committee member speaks?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, to address the minutes, when the committees send their agendas and docs to Lewis, the docs are then sent to our social media person, who then posts them with the newsletter to get on the website. She sends a confirmation that this has been done each week, and the documents are uploaded onto the website. If there's an issue with the documents disappearing or dropping off, that's an issue we have to address with TYS. It has nothing to do with the social media person because she does her job. It is confirmed. We all get a confirmation. So that may be an issue with the website. So
may I ask a clarification, Robin? You say we all get a confirmation. Who's we all?
Lewis, myself, and Colby.
Okay. Because I just noticed, okay, well, how do you propose to fix this, Robin?
Well, it's not up to me. It's up to TYS because they're our website company. So this needs to be addressed with TYS, and maybe
we're getting off topic. We're getting way off topic.
No, I'm just trying to discuss the minutes. She mentioned the minutes are not being posted, and they are being posted. And whether or not they're there at any one point, I can go on the website and find them. And sometimes maybe you can't, because there's numerous ways to get to the document. So that's number 1. So that's something we need to address with TYS. And then number 2, it was my understanding in the past several years that if you have more than quorum on your agenda of board members for any particular committee, all you needed to do was state at the top that this was a general board / committee meeting, which we have done. So that kind of helps with the quorum situation. And we have had committee members that would like to stay on the committee because this is a very popular committee. And it would be wrong to, point the finger and say, you know what, you need to drop off because we need less people on the committee. So, our board is going to end this session in June, and this will all go away, and there will be a brand new board and new committees picked, and they will make a point to only have so many board members on each committee. So it is my understanding that by putting general board / public safety committee, we meet all the qualifications to meet the Brown Act.
Okay, well, first of all, I need to see that rule, Robin, because I've searched for it and I've not found it.
Well, yes, what we'll do is, why don't we just go forward? We can talk to Erica tomorrow.
You know what, Shannon?
Hmm.
This needs to be resolved, okay?
That's what I'm
Rob,
saying.
okay,
Tess, this is
Robin?
out of order. Tess, you're out of order. I'm sorry, you're out of order. We're moving on. This is a discussion for Dunn and possibly the city attorney.
I need to see the rule. That is not out of order.
Tess, this is out of order. You're going out of order. I don't want to have to, we don't have to remove you from the meeting. You don't have to vote yes on this. We just have to move forward.
Okay, so is it time to vote for the minutes?
Well, we had Jonathan had his hand up earlier.
Okay,
Jonathan, you have something to add, or someone else has something to add to this? I don't see any hands raised.
okay.
All right, read it again.
I just wanted, well, I'll leave it toward the end. I'll speak towards the end.
Okay, so let's go for the
So
vote.
we need to read the motion again
Okay,
and then vote.
okay, we're going to approve. The vote will be to approve the GTLNC November 7th, 2022 Public Safety Committee minutes. And
And now we'll call roll. Colby, can you call roll again?
Yes. I'll call myself first. I'll say yes. Robin,
No, we already have first and second. We just need a vote.
Oh, yeah, we need a vote. We need to go
So
down and
you
say
need to
who's-
call each person's name and then they will vote.
Right, that's what I was doing.
Okay,
Okay, well, Shannon would go last because she's the chair of this.
okay.
Well, Robin, I'll call you first. Robin, how do you vote?
Yes,
Okay, Tess Taylor.
I will vote yes, but the committee is in violation.
okay,
Okay. Kevin D, and by what, make a note, Kevin D's arrived, it was so heated. Kevin D's arrived at the meeting at approximately 7:08.
5 or something.
7:05, okay. And Kevin, how do you vote on this?
Yes.
We didn't hear you.
he said yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Lee Jamison is still not here. Ron Babini.
Yes.
Ron said yes.
Yes.
Sean.
Yes.
Yes, I'm a yes, and Shannon.
Yes.
All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yeses. No nos, and Lee is absent. So just 7-0-0 passes. And Jonathan, I know you had your hand raised, but I called and you raised your hand while we were doing the vote. So anyway.
Okay, we're going to the next one.
Call.
Motion B.
Can't wait forever.
We're to approve the GTLNC January 2nd, 2023 Public Safety Committee minutes. Do I have a first?
Ron.
Ron, great. And a second?
Robin.
Robin, perfect. So now discussion?
Discussion from the board. If not, I go to
Hi.
Jonathan. His hand raised earlier. Hi, Jonathan. How to talk.
The reason I wasn't speaking before is because you didn't unmute me, so I couldn't
No, your hand
do
wasn't
that.
raised. Your hand wasn't raised. Anyway, go
Okay,
ahead.
go for it, Jonathan.
What I wanted to add is that on the minutes, I searched for the minutes. They weren't posted anywhere.
Yeah, we were
what
having a
is-
problem with that. That's what Robin's trying to get to the bottom of. It's not.
You have to let him speak. Let him speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
What I did want to make clear is the agenda was posted, but you have to access it by entering under event and then clicking under the committee. But if you try to get to it by clicking under agenda and meeting notes, you won't find anything there.
Yeah.
So it's very, very deceptive and hard to work with. But there are no minutes posted. I looked around pretty well for it and I couldn't find them. When it's public comment, I'll make a comment. Thank you. Is it public?
It's public comment now.
Oh, all right. Well, what I would like to,
Oh, no, it's not. We have to vote on this.
No, this is
No, it's
discuss-
not public comment. This is just
We can vote
discussion
on the
for the
discussion.
motion. Mhm.
think, I'll wait.
Okay, so can we go ahead and vote then?
Well, any
Yes,
more
we-
hands? Jonathan, again? Do you need to
So-
do that? No, you
Sorry?
didn't do that. Did you raise your hand again a second time?
No,
Okay,
I've lowered it.
I have
Okay.
a comment on the January minutes. I emailed you about this, Shannon.
Yes.
It does not contain, they're incomplete and they should not be voted on. They
Oh.
do not contain my assertion about the bylaws violation in January. Okay? That's important, and to exclude it makes this an incomplete public record, whether it's
Okay,
posted or not.
we can amend the minutes.
Amend it, yes.
As we can amend it, but to actually say that we're in violation when we were told that all we needed to do was to add general board / committee name, that we would not be in violation. So under the rules that we were given in the years past, this is your opinion that we are in violation, but as far as the executive committee, we are not in violation.
Okay,
If you-
Robin, until you
Yes?
provide me with that rule, chapter and verse, this is a violation, all
Well,
right?
this was instructions through Dunn when we had too many committee members on other committees.
Very good. I'm
This is
asking
what
you
they-
to provide me with the rule and the regulation, all right?
All we
No,
could do at this
this-
point, Robin, we could say that Tess Taylor, is outspoken and said.
Yeah,
and
We can,
says,
we
Tess
can
Taylor's
state
opinion,
that
This is a violation.
Okay, that's what we'll add to
Yes.
that.
Okay.
And then we can vote.
and say as amended when you read the motion again. Thank you.
Perfect. So we're gonna read that, okay, thank you. So we're voting to approve the GTLNC January 2nd, 2023 Public Safety Committee minutes as amended. Is that how I say it?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll go going for a vote.
Okay, I'll call it out. We'll start with Tess. I'm sorry, we'll start with Robin. I might be
Yes.
cut off here.
Yes,
Robin? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
And we'll go with Tess?
Yes, as amended.
Yes, as
Okay.
amended,
Yes,
yes.
is all as amended. Kevin Dees?
Yes.
Great. Lee is still absent. Okay. Ron Babini?
Yes.
I think I heard yes. I did hear
Yes,
yes.
he said yes.
And Sean?
Yes.
Shannon? I say I am a yes. And Shannon?
Yes,
Okay. Say this before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7,
yes.
0, 0.
So the minutes are approved of January 2nd, or yeah, minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so
Now,
we need to public comment?
that's
May
correct.
I ask Shannon that you email me a copy of the amended minutes when they're amended?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Jonathan has his hand raised.
On the
Okay,
public
Jonathan.
comment, shall I proceed?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. On the public comment, what I'd like to comment about is Tess's assertion that the bylaws be followed. I listened carefully what each of you said. The bylaws are the bylaws. They're not hard to understand. There is a violation of the bylaws when you have 7 committee members who are all board members. That's a violation of bylaws. You can say that there are exceptions, and it probably is correct to have a one-time exception for certain needs. Lots of organizations have those sort of exceptions. But there's such a term as the spirit of the law, the spirit of the bylaws. And when you find yourself circumventing your own bylaws, what you are is degrading the institution of the government, starting with the neighborhood council, all the way outward into American society. So for you to get whatever you want by not following the rules and regulations is literally alienating stakeholders. because there's only one thing that holds all of us together. It isn't our religions, it's not our income, it's not our attitude toward cultural issues. It's rules and regulations. We've all agreed to come to this place and follow the same rules and regulations. And for any of you who spoke without upholding the bylaws, it's a disservice to the neighborhood council and it's a disservice to Los Angeles. And I'm asking you to take a step back, pick up the bylaws, read them. Shannon, if you've been advised that it's okay not to follow the bylaws, you're getting bad advice. That's what I recommend. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? I don't have a
other
list
hands
for
raised.
some reason. I don't have a list of the speakers.
Yeah, do you have a hand raised from?
I don't
we're still
have
public.
anybody. Let's shoot.
Okay.
We
Alright.
have Curtis Delbar and then Neighborhood Watch. Those are the two.
Okay. So can we put Curtis on?
Let me bring him up to talk. Oh, there he is.
You have to unmute him. Hi, Curtis.
Hello, Dr. Delbar.
Oh, I
Hey,
think he has to be
guys.
unmuted. Can we unmute him? Or I'll unmute him. Can I?
He's
I
he's
think I'm
talking.
unmuted right now.
Okay.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Hey, Curtis.
Oh, thank you, guys. So let me jump real quick into some stats. And I have a couple topics to talk about that have been coming up on emails lately. So I'm going to give you numbers because our stats are a little bit different because it's the beginning of the year. So our homicides are down 1 for the year. Our rapes are down 1 for the year. Our robberies are actually at 1 as opposed to 6 from last year. Our aggravated assaults are a little up 17 from 8. And our burglaries are down 12 from 14. Our grand theft autos are down 6 from 18. Our burglary from motor vehicles are down 21 from 30. And our thefts are down 14 from 22. So overall, we're looking very, very good so far year to date. As I look at the map, the main thing I'm still seeing is burglary from motor vehicles and a couple burglaries and then a couple grand theft autos. So it brings my next thing of burglaries. There was one that came up in Toluca Lake over on Navajo on the 18th at about 12 in the afternoon. And that ended up being they went into the rear door. So that typically is how people get into the residences through the rear entry. They go into the side of the house, go in the rear, and that's the place where they leave as well. So definitely food for thought. They do make several deterrent methods, whether it be lighting or even a plastic casing that you can put onto your windows to make it harder to break them. It comes in a film. A few manufacturers make them. And then the other thing that's popping up still is catalytic converters. This is in Studio City. It's in Toluca Lake. It's in North Hollywood. It's all over the city. There are some locking mechanisms that some manufacturers will make. Oftentimes they're very, very expensive. So some people will choose not to use them because they just choose to go through insurance as opposed to that. Again, food for thought for the catalytic converters. We're still seeing a huge issue. And we are looking at doing a possible another etching like we did a little bit ago in the near future with our auto detectives. Other than that, that's all I really have to report. That's just a couple questions you guys had for me.
I'm looking for hands raised. Board or stakeholders? Questions for Officer Delbar? Curtis, I don't see any.
Woohoo!
First
Thank you,
time. I'm
Curtis.
sure somebody's gonna have a question. Once we move on, they're gonna raise their hand.
Yeah.
Everyone knows my email, so please feel free to contact me later if you do come up with any questions later.
Hey, can you tell
Okay.
us your email again so everybody can hear?
Of course, my email is 38887@lapd.online.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Officer Delbar.
Thank
Thank
you guys.
Thank you, Curtis.
Have a good night, you guys.
Okay, great. So we're gonna move to neighborhood council watch, Robin.
Sure. So last Thursday, the Neighborhood Watch had a big meeting at the Toluca Lake Elementary School. Curtis was on hand to answer questions and help give advice on ways to help make the neighborhood safer. Sean, I was so happy to see you there. So many of our watch captains were there and present. We got a lot of response and some great ideas as to what we can do. A letter went out to all the watch captains with sort of points to kind of look into for safety tips, burglary tips, and all of the watch captains should have received that by now. And hopefully they will forward on to their watch list. Let me think. The catalytic converter, we had 2 stolen like a block away from each other, approximately around the same weekend. So it is becoming more of an issue in our neighborhood lately. I know it's been happening all over the city, but it is a big issue. So we've got to come up with a plan or some way to prevent this. Curtis said it takes 2 minutes to steal a catalytic converter. Both of these were stolen during the day. So they're not even doing it at night. They're doing this during the day. So other than the catalytic converter being a real issue, any questions on Neighborhood Watch?
I do have a question. Do you have any events coming up?
For the Neighborhood Watch?
Yes.
We are talking about possibly doing another block party event where watch captains host a block party. But that's still in the planning. We're not sure when it's going to happen, but no, nothing. Okay.
Actually,
that's
I
it.
have a question. This is Kevin.
Yeah. Hi.
Maybe this should have been one for Delbar, but any news about there's I think a robbery at Little Sprouts. Somebody stole a stroller.
Yes, I heard about that, and I was going to go over and talk with them. Apparently, that couple that was on the video surveillance, a man and a woman. The woman looked pregnant. They walked into the store and walked out with one of their more expensive strollers. So I need to reach out to the owner of that company, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Curtis about it. But yeah,
Ron,
that happened.
To say about this.
Oh.
Ron.
Go ahead.
Actually, it wasn't about that. It was
Okay, then let's wait.
Okay. Yeah, Kevin, when I find out, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Great. Any other questions for Robin?
yes.
Ron Babini.
Yes.
Here, Ron.
Okay. Where did these 2 catalytic converters get stolen? Were they in residential areas or?
Residential. Yep. One was on Ledge, one was on Woodbridge.
So it's happening in the residential areas.
Yes.
Not as well lit, probably in the
Yes.
evenings or during the day.
During the day, one was a Honda, like a CRV, I think it's called, or CR, and the other one was a Prius. And according to Curtis, the Hondas and the Priuses are hit harder than other cars.
Yes, in regard to that, I remember seeing a headline really recently that some insurance companies are dropping on that.
I've heard that. Yes.
And that because there are too many catalytic converters being stolen.
Yes. But, this should really go back to the car companies. I understand the insurance point of view, but this really needs to go back to the car companies.
Ron, where did you hear that about the catalytic converters?
Oh, I don't know. I see things all over, I don't remember. I don't remember what source, but it really was. It was
I
a
read
reputable
that was
source.
true of that was true of Kias. There's a challenge. There's a TikTok challenge to steal Kia branded cars, the entire car, not just the catalytic converter, because there's some hack to steal Kias, and in fact, my daughter.
Older model Priuses. It's older model Priuses.
Yeah, but there's two different crimes we're talking about. There's the catalytic converter, which is Prius, and then there's Kia, which is the entire car is being stolen, and the insurance companies are refusing. Some insurance companies are refusing to insure Kias because the entire car can be stolen so easily. So I think there's maybe we're confusing the two problems possibly. Anyway.
Okay. Well, anything else for Robin? Okay.
Looking for raised hands. I don't see any hands raised. Okay.
Okay.
All
so-
right, thank you all.
Thank you, Robin, so much for everything. Okay, we're moving on to ongoing business. And I'll start with the lighting outages on Riverside Drive. I spoke to Shannon Calland, who's our new field representative for Paul Krikorian. And so what she's doing is she emailed BSL with a request to expedite the street light repairs on Riverside, Lancashire, and other areas. So she's new and she was surprised at how many outages we had. The good news is most of Riverside Drive is lit, but we still have issues from Foreman to Cahuenga, depending on which side of the street you're on. And so I explained to Shannon about today, actually, saying that, you know, you add the speed, sometimes drinking, and then the lack of any visibility because there's no lights at night. And that kind of gets us back into the median because that's when people hit the median, which has happened, you know, it happened even again this week. So my husband and Tim Hawkins, who's a resident, went out and fixed a sign, I believe 2 weeks ago. It was hit then. So it's just an ongoing thing. So, you know, we're working on it. And I don't know, Tess, do you have anything to add about the lighting?
No, I've been in touch with BSL and the 311 requests that you forwarded me a couple of
Yes.
weeks ago. None of those have been changed or updated, correct?
Yeah, it's still open.
No,
And
I'm in direct contact with BSL and we have complete outages in throughout West Toluca Lake, more than half the neighborhood, like 2/3 of the neighborhood, if not more. And nothing. In fact, I'm in touch with both the executive director and the division manager, lady by the name of Evelinda, and she is consistently evading any repair answer to provide me with a repair schedule. She says, I'm unable to provide a timeline. So I think I have to take it up the line because I'm not getting any, you know, that's the best I've been able to get, that she's unable to provide a timeline. So,
I have a question for you. When you say take it up the line, who would be like the next person up?
well, I think Paul Krikorian or I am actually hoping to appear at a Board of Public Works committee meeting tomorrow at 3:30 in City Council. Not tomorrow, it's on the 8th of February on Wednesday at 3:30. So that would be a really good time to weigh in. I spoke before the commission, the Board of Public Works commissioners, and really laid it down there. And I had a couple of commissioners contact me directly, but still the problem isn't being solved. So, you know, there's an acknowledgement of the problem, but a failure to solve it and a failure to provide us with a timeline. So I'll let you guys know if I'm able to get to that Public Works Committee meeting on Wednesday, because that's
where's the meeting?
It's online.
Oh, it's online. Okay. Okay, great. Good. Yeah, I'll get the.
Yeah, I mean, you can look it up on the City Council committee schedule, 3:30 Wednesday,
Great.
or
And
I can send it to you.
And also maybe follow up with Shannon also from, you know, Paul Krikorian's office, because she's new to this. And
Mhm.
she was shocked about how many streets are dark. I mean, so since she's new, I think kind of have that new energy and that she's, you know, seems to be really wanting to help and be on it. And we can teach her. So, okay.
Hang on.
Foreman. Oh, did you say something, Sean?
That was, yeah. I also, just to kind of follow up with that,
Yes.
there's some lights on Lancashire that are between Moore Park and Riverside that are out. And then there's a slew of lights that are south of Moore Park that are out. And I've actually I was just going to comment that I've been on top of it as well. And there's no movement on those either. And I've submitted those a long time ago. So Tess, if you need that information, let me know. I can submit that to you, or I think I've already gave you those tickets.
You emailed them to me, right, Sean?
Yeah, I did a
Okay.
while ago.
Are there any new ones?
No, there's still the two areas. The one that was just north of Moore Park on Lancashire, there's a couple out, and then there's a whole bank of them that are out on south of Moore Park.
I only have 1311 thing from you. If there's,
You should have had 3 that day. I'll double check, make sure that I'll find them and I'll forward them to you.
I appear to have only 1, but we'll we'll organize that after the
That's
meeting.
fine.
Okay.
No problem.
Thank you. Okay, thanks, John.
Sure.
Okay, and burglary Foreman Avenue, did we already cover that? Or no, is that different?
No, something different.
Okay,
I don't have any. Anyone have?
I don't have that. Do you have that,
I don't know
Robin?
who has that.
I don't know what that is.
Who is
What are you asking for?
The burglary on
Burglary on
Foreman
Foreman.
Avenue?
Oh, yeah. So the burglary was a woman approached a car to give directions or help give directions to a couple, and they scammed her, and they said, "Thank you for your kindness, and we appreciate it. So we're going to give you this necklace as a thank you." And when she leaned in to see what they were offering, they grabbed her necklace. So we live in a community where there are nice people, and I would approach a car. I wouldn't think twice about it, but now I will, because in my neighborhood it's not safe. And Curtis thought it was a gypsy type robbery, that it sounded like a gypsy, not another type of crime. That when they offered the jewelry as a kind of a gift, it distracted her, and that's when they took her necklace. So that's what the burglary was.
Okay, thank
And
you.
what is the significance of it being a gypsy?
The manner in which they offered something. That's why he called it a gypsy, because it was the manner in which they took her necklace. It
How
wasn't
would-
like they held her up. They offered her some other item or something. It's just the manner in which it happened. He
That's kind of
referred to it
big.
as a gypsy. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
So regarding that, last one is of the ongoing businesses, speeding on Riverside Drive. I did talk to Shannon about, she was surprised that it's 40 miles an hour in Toluca Lake, and she's going to address it. And I did explain that it's, the alternate to the 101 freeway, but she said, so I hopefully, we can do something about it, that, that shouldn't matter. And because 40 miles an hour is pretty fast. So that's something that was discussed today also. She was trying to be on the meeting, but she wasn't able to make it. So hopefully she'll be in the next meeting, and now that she's getting used to us. So that's that. And then to new business, what I'll start with is, that's okay. Just
Actually, let's see if there's any public comment on any comments on this meeting or any discussion on that.
Okay. Any public comment?
I wonder if we could get I'm sure you guys talked about this already, but a radar gun posted, that shows your speed. What are those called? The LAPD puts those up. What are those called?
I'll talk
Just
to
like a
Shannon,
radar.
and anybody who else wants to reach out to her. She's wonderful. I think the more all of us reach out to her about our concerns, she's very receptive.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So new business for our community, we have in Toluca Lake, I guess around the village. 28th of January is our next. I mean, sorry, not January. The February 25th is our next cleanup. We do it between basically Pass Avenue to Foreman or Ledge. Tess, do you have any cleanups coming up?
We have them once a month on the second Saturday. Our next cleanup is on this Saturday, the 11th.
The 11th, and what time?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. And where they meet?
We meet at 11041 Kling Street. Let me make sure I've got that. Yeah.
Okay, so that's yours. And then the 28th one meets at Priscilla's at 7:45. And we go to
the 25th.
The 25th. Yes, sorry. I keep on doing that. Any other new business? Well, is that the end of the meeting?
I don't see any hands raised.
Okay.
Rob, Shannon, it's 11241 Kling Street.
11241. Perfect.
I think
Thank
that's
you.
slightly different than what I told you. Thanks.
Okay, great. And okay, I guess we're going to adjourn our meeting.
No, I have a question.
Run.
I have a question for the West Toluca Lake people. Colby and Corey and I did for the village, the heart of the village, the homeless count
Oh, yes, thank
So,
you. I didn't put that
tomorrow
on.
or a week ago, I don't know, whenever it was, the 24th. I'm wondering, and we only found 2 in our area. I'm wondering if Tess knows about what the count was over in West Hook Lake area.
No,
Or
I don't,
Sean.
because I was not in town, but I will find out.
Okay.
And then maybe for our next meeting, if we can get those numbers too.
Well,
maybe
we have the
can talk
official
together.
numbers for the heart of Toluca Lake, the village.
Yes,
Uh,
2.
2. Well, actually, there was one person we saw in a car kind of behind in that parking lot behind Coffee Bean Sharkies in that area. And then
Yeah.
we had to report a looked like an RV with a possible, we didn't see a person in there possibly, but we were
It's
supposed to
there all,
report
it's
RV
there all the
that
time.
appeared to
Very
be-
suspicious. Yeah.
Yeah, so one in Cahuenga and Moore Park. And it has torn metal, and so we were supposed to report those as possible, shelters or places where people
Well,
experiencing homelessness.
I
should
will
be
say,
resided.
Ron, that on average, we've had probably between 1 and 2 dozen between the Vineland underpass and the Riverside underpass.
They're still there. I have taken seriously my duty given to me to monitor the Cahuenga 134 underpass, and it's clean. It's looking really good. Been that way
Okay.
for a long time. I
That's
just
good.
checked it out today.
Not so in our neighborhood, but we've got some actions in the works. So hope to have a good report next month.
And I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it next Saturday to help you, Tess, because this last Saturday I hurt my knee. There was
Oh,
so
no.
much homeless debris in the cul-de-sac at Mariota, and I had to lug it all the way to the corner of Riverside, and my knee still bothers me, and I want to sue the city for damages.
I'm sorry to hear that, Ron. But
Yeah.
you've been a big help. Thank you so much.
It's amazing. We had a great turnout. Every month we have a great turnout. So Tess, I'm
I have
going
a
to make it to yours on
I have a quick question.
Yeah. Yes, hi, Kevin.
Does anybody have any information about, there's a motorhome that's been parked on Cahuenga. I think it's just north of Moore Park for, I don't know.
That's the one we indicated on our homeless count.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
So
it's been there
we
so
don't
long.
have-
There's weeds growing around the tires.
Yeah, I know, and there's sheet metal peeling off the side of it too.
Yeah.
We made a note of that to have that hopefully inspected by LASA.
Got it. Thanks.
Great. And any for next meeting, please email me anything you want on the agenda or any questions, because that helps me to keep keeping the loop sometimes that I'm not aware of everything. So I appreciate it. So I'm gonna call a meeting to be adjourned at 7:45.
Good night.
Thank you, Shannon.
Okay. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone.